So far this morning, I've shorted CMG for more than 9 points. Check out how I did it today on Market Open Recap. Stay tuned. What's up, guys? It's Miguel here with Market Open. So I only took 2 trades this morning so far, and I have a position actually still open on CMG. And actually, I think this is a very, very good example of why you don't really need to trade cheap stocks. I mean, if you like doing small caps, that's totally fine. But, always stay open-minded that you can trade higher price stocks because they move more. To me, it's a little bit easier to try and capture 50 cents out of a stock that moves $2 to $3 than to try and catch 20, 30 cents out of a stock that moves 50 cents throughout the whole day. Yes, you do have those parabolic movers that just rocket up and go like $20, but those only really happen a couple times a year. So this morning I took a trade on CMG, or no, on QCOM first actually. So QCOM, and wasn't really quite the perfect setup. I figured I'd just give it a shot though. It was gapping up this morning, and it sold off really quickly, but it immediately got bought up. And since most of the price action was near the top end, and then the next candle actually was about halfway back, so kind of a pullback, and it went up and over the highs, I went ahead and bought it. 400 shares long, right at 63.98. So saw it right around here. So 63.98, I got filled, and my stop was actually going to be down here at 63.73. So 400 shares long. It was very close. This is the crappy part. It was actually very, very close to me hitting my 1-to-1 and then being able to put my stop loss at break even. So I needed 64.25 or somewhere around that area to be able to get my partial and then put my stop loss at break even. As you can see, it hit 64.20, and I was not able to take my partial. So unfortunately, I looked at it as it was consolidating right here, and what I ended up doing was I actually looked over at the 1 minute chart really fast. So I said, I don't really like the way this thing is consolidating here, so let's see here. So right here in this area. To me, this was making lower highs. Well, I mean, it is making lower highs, and I said, okay, if we get below 63.93, I'm going to go ahead and get out of this position. And as you can see, we actually ended up coming down below it, and I lost $24. So I didn't like the way that it went up and over the highs on the first candle, because typically they like to just continue in that direction. So it didn't end up doing that, and it was consolidating, and it was making lower highs, and the candle is not making a new high, meaning that it was just kind of giving up. And to me, that is not a good sign, so I went ahead and got out a little bit early here at 63.93. So I think, yeah, so I would have gotten kicked out. So I would have lost the full $100, which nobody likes to do. But as soon as I saw this, I was able to look at the 1 minute chart and notice that it's just consolidating sideways and it's not really doing too hot. So I decided to get out of it. I only ended up losing $24, which is a lot better than losing the full 100. Now, the next trade I took this morning was on CMG. Now, I know CMG is a very, very big mover. And I looked into some of the news this morning, and I saw, let's see here. So Jeffries upgrades Chipotle Mexican Grill. Upgrade raised from buy to hold. Oh wait, hold on. Raised to buy from hold by Jeffries. So typically, a lot of the times, whenever there is negative news or some sort of negative news catalyst around a certain stock, I feel like, I don't know if this is like a common practice in the finance or like in this type of world, but analysts will just come out with a positive PR piece saying, hey, you guys should buy this stock instead of sell it. So now I knew this, and I looked at the actual news, and I said, okay, what is the actual news on this? It says Chipotle shuts down restaurant in Powell, Ohio after multiple reports of customers falling ill. So now, if you guys are not familiar with Chipotle in the past, if you guys have traded long enough, you guys have seen this thing just topple over and just eat it. So let's see here. Chipotle used to be, let me look at a 10-year. This is a 10-year chart. So Chipotle actually used to be at 750, somewhere around 750, and it's had news in the past, what, maybe 2 years or so, of just people getting sick, and the stock basically just plummets. So I figured that if there's any sort of news of somebody getting sick because of their food again, that we're going to just start plummeting again, because it fell, I think, maybe from, let's see here. So this is back in 2017. So you can see that the stock was somewhere around 450, and it went to from 450 to 413, and then it consolidated, and then it fell again to 343. So you're talking, 50%. I mean, not 50%, but what's it called? Just $50. Just with, I mean, $100 actually. So from, let's see here. So from 450 to 350. Yeah. So you're talking about like 25% and $100 just because somebody's, starting to get sick. And then within later that year, it actually ended up hitting, let's see here, 205 January. So down here. So 261. So this thing just got chopped because this sort of news plays such a huge catalyst to a restaurant. If that's your main source of income and people are starting to get sick, people are gonna, not go to your restaurant. Your revenue is gonna be lower, and people are just gonna dump your stock. So I recognize this from the previous years, and I said, okay, well, I need to play this thing. And this morning, I just started off with 25 shares. So the first candle that CMG put in this morning was very indecisive. So it was a very indecisive candle. So it went from 453 to 445. That's kind of a big move. So I mean, yes, it is a $400 stock, and but it just shows indecision of whether to buy or sell, because they were gapping down this morning. Next candle was red, and I said to myself, okay, if we go below this candle, I think we're gonna break low a day, and then I'm just gonna put my stop at 450 and just try and let it ride. So what I did is I shorted right at 446.01. So I put in an order to short it right at the bottom of this. So 446.30-ish, I think, and I got filled at 446.01. Remember, this thing has a huge spread. It's a $450 stock. So so I got filled right at 446, 25 shares. Stop was $4 away. So that's why I took 25 shares. Now, immediately we broke down below the low day, and as you guys can see, this thing has just been headed straight down. Now, it's been taking everything I have inside of me to try and hold just these last 4 shares, because I've been riding this thing down for quite a while now. And well, I say quite a while, it's only 10:45. But so I got rid of 12 shares. To me, this almost sounds ridiculous. Like, you have 25 shares, all right, cool. Now, I'm going to get rid of 12 shares, and I took, I think it was like $50 or something like that, right? And then at 441, so I got my $5, and I got rid of another 6. This is probably the smallest I've ever had a piece out of anything like this. So it was six shares right at 437. I took another 3 shares at 428, guys. Right now, I only have 4 shares left, and I'm up $65 on it. So I'm up over $220 on CMG, and I'm going to try my hardest to hold this thing till the end of the day. I have my stop loss. My stop loss currently is at 445, so it's up here. Now, after this thing breaks down here, I'm going to put my stop here at 435. I needed some sort of pullback and a pivot for me to be able to put my stop at. But I want to try and hold this thing till the end of the day, because I know that the next support level on this thing is probably not down to like 415, 420. So if I look at the 1-year chart, 50-day, the next level of support, you could count this right here at 424, and then the next level of support is down here at 415. So we still have another 15 points that I can try and hold this last 4 shares of CMG. I could be up another $100 before the day is done. So I'm going to try and hold this till the end of the day and just see what happens. So it's definitely going to be a green day for me. And but right now it's just a very tough test of patience. And just we'll see where this goes. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, make sure to put it down in the comment section below. If you guys are on Facebook, make sure to join our Facebook group. This actually, I took this straight out of the watch list. This is the watch list from this morning. CMG number 3 right here. So you guys can definitely learn how to do this. I've actually put a course together to be able to show you how to make your watch list and the patterns that you're looking for on a day-to-day basis. So if you guys are interested, definitely check out the link below where it says day trading course. But I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.